Okay, go ahead. So you started out like that. That was good. I won't say Paul all this time. All right.
Hello, Internet. I'm Dan.
And I'm Chaz, and this is Wine is Serious Business, episode 208. We're back with some Pinot Noir. Pretty excited for that. We did a whole bunch of interviews, kind of got away from our normal style of filming, and now we're back to drinking some new release 12s.
True, we're getting a feel for our audience. This is what you guys like to see, right? Current releases, entry-level bottles.
Yep.
This is the stuff that you see on the shelves. You're like, man, I wonder what that tastes like. Has anybody you know tried this? So here we're doing it.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
I love these shows because I get to. We
have the same question.
Yeah, exactly. So we got 3 bottles here. The first one we're going to do is the 2012 Grochau Cellars Commuter Cuvee. Always a great bottle of wine, one we tend to check in on every year because it, I think, expresses the vintage really well every year, and it's a great bottle of wine at a great price. So.
I was saying, I'm quite comfortable at this point saying that it has consistently been one of the best values coming out of the Willamette Valley every year.
Yeah.
Like, if I were going to recommend, like my top, even my top, top 3 bottles under $20 to seek out on a new vintage release, this one's in it. So
nice.
Yeah, so always happy to check it out.
It is definitely one of the bottles I always tell people to check out because it's always a beautiful wine, very nice, very drinkable wine. So let's check it out. So yeah, not as dark as I've only seen a couple 12s at this point, right? And the color is always like quite a bit different than 11, right? And this is on the lighter side, I think, of the 12s. Man, it smells pretty good.
On the darker side, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily super heavy, but darker fruits. More kind of like the blackberries, plums.
I get a little of the dark cherry too, and then like a lot of stem inclusion. A
Was
lot of
totally.
a lot of fully dried stems, or like the dried grapewood, grapevine.
A little bit of bramble. Yeah.
Smells nice though, but yeah, definitely on the darker side here. So. That's pleasant.
Nice soft texture on the palate though. From the nose, I expected it to be more tannic, really up front, and it's not. It's got really solid mouthfeel. There's kind of like just a little bit of structure there, but generally pretty soft, pretty full too.
And definitely not as many of the dark fruits coming across on the palate as they were on the nose. The palate's more youthful raspberry fruit, like maybe some pomegranate, like very bright red flavors as opposed to the dark flavors the nose showed. So
A little bit of hibiscus or something kind of floral sitting around there too. That said, I wouldn't like describe this as ethereal or whatever. The flavors are definitely like kind of forward and in your face, but they're solid. A little bit of those stem flavors come. I think it's kind of like the. I think a little oak from the barrel is kind of showing there, but it's coming across as like cherry pits or little stems or something like that.
And I really like the acidity on this. I think my palate is finally starting to come around to acidity, like high acid stuff. And like the acidity here is really zippy, and it's really forward acidity too. Like I like the way that it's pretty much down the center of the tongue, really straightforward, but paired really well with the fruit. So. Yeah, super delicious. Probably in the 87 to 88 point range for me. I mean, I really like the fruit flavors. I like the difference. I was kind of worried, like based on the nose, like this is going to be all dark, and like you hear stories of 12, how some of the wines were really dark. I really like the freshness of the fruit here on the palate. It's really well done. So.
Yeah. Back a little bit, 86 for me. As I kept sipping it, that little stem flavor comes through, and it's a little stronger than I'd like it right now. I had this wine before and didn't have that experience with it, so I'm kind of surprised. Maybe a little bottle variation. Maybe this is just a fresh pop and pour too, so maybe if it had been open, actually I'm pretty confident it'd be a little different if it was open for another hour.
That's true.
But I agree that the flavors are the fruit flavors are in a good place, and it's still solid wine for the price.
All right, so for our second bottle tonight, one of a winery that I truly love, Evesham Wood. This is their 2012 Pinot Noir Willamette Valley bottling. So
another good one to check out every year.
Yeah, another one that really shows off the vintage quite well, but is more stylistic of the winery. Yeah, and right, a great price point again. Like these tend to come in right around $17 to $20 depending on where you're purchasing them.
Yeah.
So color's about the same in the as in the Grochau. Little darker.
It's a little darker.
Yep. Ooh.
A little more tart on the nose. A little bit of like earthy note, like you just dig a shovel into the dirt and getting some of the fresh dirt scent.
Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit of the dried clay thing going on in this nose. Yeah, I like this.
Raspberries, yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of earthy, a lot of like stony components going on. No, not stony, more earthy, more clay going on with the fruit here, and it's definitely it just smells very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
Really forward.
Yep.
But very fruity, and whereas maybe there was some the fruit on the Grochau was like tart and very focused. Like this is pretty ripe flavors. Not, I wouldn't say ripe in the sense of like overripe. Not at all. Like we're talking fresh, perfectly ripe, and with a very long mid palate length. Like or not very long, just long. And nicely integrated. Yeah, this is drinking really nice right now. Evesham wood stuff I tend to sit on a year or two, just because it's always like a little acidic, a little tannic right out of the gate, and this is really pleasing right now.
Similar to this, I like the texture on the front end.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty soft. It's got a good sense of like fullness as it kind of transitions from the mid palate. Getting like some strawberry flavors, a little bit of seeds, touch of cherries. For me, I was kind of surprised. I would disagree a little bit with what you're saying at the end. To me, the tannins get pretty big late, and on the finish, they kind of like fill out through the back and then kind of
I guess they're there.
Make me smack my mouth a little bit. But to follow on with what you were saying, I think sitting on this for a year would do it a lot of good.
Agreed.
But things are still pretty well in balance, and for I know plenty of people who like a little more structure in their wines, and this brings it, right? And both of these, I guess we didn't mention this, but both of these are like definitely not 2010 or 2011s, right?
Right.
Like these are definitely substantially different flavor profiles, and the structural profile is different.
I guess I should focus more, I guess, or iterate more onto what I was saying before about the structure on this. Is that like the 10s and the 11s for Evesham for me are like kind of tough. Like they're actually
fair enough.
like
Okay.
to the point where you drink it, but you taste it or you drink a bottle and you're like, I would buy them and I would wait, not even open one.
He drinks a lot more Evesham wood than I do. He knows them.
I wouldn't be afraid to drink this right out of the gate.
No, me neither.
Yeah, no, I think it's drinking good enough now. I think it will definitely improve. So, but beautiful, wonderful wine. Like it quite a bit. So.
85 for me. I guess this is a stingy day, but
Wow.
I prefer this a little more. If you've been watching the show for a while, you know, like I'm a little tough on tannins, and it takes a little more excitement to kind of pull that away for me. So that's where we're at. Enjoyable drinking, but
Yeah, it's good. I like the fullness of this a little more than the Grochau. The Grochau is a little on the austere side comparatively, but still, like I think it does need a little more time. 88 points for me right now with the 88 plus, I would say.
Wow, nice.
With a way to improve, because I think it's beautiful. So I have a feeling I'm like 12 a lot. My J Miller's gonna come out, and I'm just gonna be like
screaming,
all into it, you know.
paint the glass.
Paint the glass. You know, we got our Robert Parker shirts on today because we drank some 100-point Parker wine.
Yeah, he likes to paint the glass.
He does. Oh, here, actually, yeah. Should have poured you a full-size pour. All right. Yeah. Just making sure.
Dripping on your carpet?
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
So you
White
probably
carpet.
can't see this here, but he moved into a place that's got a white carpet, and we're both pretty much of the opinion like it's not an if, it's when, right? Like you drink a lot of wine.
Yeah, this is one fine. Oh, wow, the big pour. Whatever.
That's okay. We'll put it to good use. Is that your rinse?
No, it's not my rinse. I already drink rinse.
That was my rinse. All right. This is Walter Scott wine. Yep, 12, La Combe Vert. Yeah, just another Willamette Valley blend. This is their entry-level bottling.
Yeah, around $20. So, all these are around the same price point.
Yeah, just brand new winery. Ken and Erica are friends of ours and cool folks, so I'll always like to check in on their new releases as well. So.
Yeah, I liked their wines in the past, so.
A lot of complexity on the nose here. I think like wetter earth, like dark earth. Not so much like the forest floor thing, but
No, it reminds me of like a campfire that's been rained on.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. I was
like-
thinking rain too. Some
Get some of the charcoal, get some of the
Oh yeah,
the sulfur components from the campfire, but it's like more earthy than that,
And not like like you dumped a bunch of water in a campfire. It's not like
No.
smoky or charcoal.
This is like
it's
you woke up in the
next
morning.
day, yeah.
So, but again, darker flavors on the nose. I'm seeing more of the dark cherries.
Definitely.
Maybe like stepping into the plumminess, maybe the dark plums. But what do you?
Yeah, I know. I think the dark cherries too.
Yeah, it's more cherry. For
Maybe
me,
a
I
couple of
think.
the cherries have been sitting out on the counter for a little long, right? Little bit of that tart funk character.
Yeah. Smells good though.
Yeah, good complexity.
Hmm.
Again, kind of this like bigger, full feeling on entry. So we've been tasting quite a few 2011s lately too, because like the 12s that have been coming out are mostly the entry level ones, and the reserve level wines are still 11s for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really different. A lot of them I think have a lighter sense on contact than these 12s do. The 12s kind of do feel more expansive right away.
Yes, totally. Do you feel that on this one? Because this one, of the three, I would say the body is the lightest, despite it, I think, being the darkest of the three wines. Like it has the least amount of substance. Like the least amount of weight on the palate.
You know what? I'd agree. As it moves across, I think
Yeah.
it starts out
Yeah.
similarly, but as it transitions to the mid palate and the finish, it kind of stays light. The acidity and the tannins both stay kind of on the tongue too, like they're not really getting
Right.
to the corners and like up in your teeth. And to me, have a little more of that sense of balance right away. Like there's a little bit of that tannic structure, but it doesn't get as distracting in the end. Like I think it works well with the fruit.
I think our palates are just in different places
Mhm.
today. Totally. Because I'm seeing like the acidity is a little strong. It definitely sticks around for a long
Yeah.
time, and then there's just it was almost a little overwhelming with the fruit flavors in the finish, just to me. But
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see where you're saying that, and I'm kind of enjoying it, like in the way that it's like drying things out. It definitely has more of a tart sensation.
13.6. I'll say it's not heat. Is that alcohol that's kind of washing out the finish just a little bit for me? But no, I think it's just that it's a high acid wine with the sort of leanness and the tartness of the fruit flavors. I don't know. My palate today.
No, I kind of get where you're coming from. Yeah, like the fruit is definitely more tart, especially towards the finish than the other two.
Yeah.
There's even a little bit of like lemon peel or whatever too. Right?
Oh yeah.
You're just getting.
Yeah. Lemon zest, orange zest, Bing cherry.
Yeah.
Maybe like a little bit of pomegranate or something, or like underripe cherry.
Oh, totally. No, pomegranate, where you get a little bit of the white. You didn't get the seeds completely
Yeah.
clean too. There's a little bit of, so just like that edge of bitterness, I guess.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, and the flavors here are very nice. It's just the way they're coming across to me is just a little more acidic than.
Yep.
And here I am saying I love acid, and then I
Well,
run into a wine that, So, yeah. But overall, nice. Really, really nice flavors. I like the complexity of the nose. The fruit flavors are nice, and while I said this is the leanest of the three, this still has really nice body. Right? Consumed on its own, you would never have a problem with it. I think its leanness and the amount of fruit intensity is actually a really nice juxtaposition to each other, right? Like they're I use that word right?
yeah.
I'm learning to use that word.
Yeah.
I'm learning to use that word. I'm learning words. Yeah, it's good.
I'm really liking that pomegranate descriptor. Like, the more I'm thinking about it, the more it really is just, yeah, like eating those seeds. So again, solid stuff. Yeah, a little more structurally driven late. I think I'd like to see where this goes in a few more months too.
Right.
And on that note, if I had a bottle, if I was going to drink some with friends, I'd open it an hour before.
And this is a pop and pour, right?
All of them are. All of them
so,
are. Yeah.
Who knows? With another hour or two in a decanter, or shake it up, or whatever, it could completely change.
So 87 plus for me, just like right on the edge. I kind of want to go higher, but it's yeah. I want a little more length in the fruit. I think to get there, but still another right around $20. Was that
20?
$12?
It was like $20 or $21.
Yeah,
$22 somewhere.
Right in that neighborhood, all exhibiting like definitely distinctly different characteristics. Right. These all have something for everybody, and I think, yeah, I'm imagining like your take on it at the end is going to be a little different. The acidity kind of works for me. Solid stuff.
And if you have the ability to get all three and taste them side by side, Dan really hit a good point. These are all completely different wines. So it's a really good, cheap way to get into trying a whole bunch of 12s that are really quite different. So,
yeah.
For me, I would go 85 points on it, 85 plus.
Sure.
I do see it can improve. It's just not there for me right now. And but yeah, I might change my decision in an hour or two. You know, like who knows? But
yeah. So
currently,
get some benefit from doing the show with 2 people tonight. That's good. Yeah. And if you're watching this, it's Thanksgiving just wrapped up. It's probably Sunday evening. I bet most of you watching this went out tasting somewhere this weekend. Tell me a story about where you went wine tasting, right? Like, what struck you, what was good, who did you visit that you'd like to share the experience with the other people who read the comments? Let us know.
Or if you didn't go wine tasting, what did you drink over Thanksgiving that struck you? Yeah, let us know. Either way.
Easy one. Yep. So, thanks for watching. We'll be back with some more Pinot Noir next week.
We will.
Bye.